My name is Gundula Stojanova Gruen. I'm a violinist and also a singer and ethnomusicologist, and I spent the last 20 odd years to researching and learning and also performing and teaching Eastern European and Balkan music. Before I started my crazy journey into Balkan music, I completed a Bachelor's of Art in Classical Violin. I also did a postgrad in jazz, but only in order to learn improvisation. My real musical passion was awakened by Eastern European Romani musicians. They play with such a passion and charisma, and they have in their music such a down-to-earth raw energy, and this really impressed me and inspired me. I met some in London and learned from them, jammed with them, and later I went traveling. I've been to most countries in Eastern Europe and the Balkans, and I met local musicians, mostly Romani musicians, and I learned from them the local music and techniques and the music, and I also researched about the culture and jammed a lot, and I had an amazing and exciting time, and well, I collected such a huge repertoire of music and learned so much about their background as well.
Znači ideš dva bati. Od dva bati.
Gele bırak beni, hey, ortuma gele. Hoće prvo džala papuče, nemeski su svaki rad.
One thing which I really love doing is bringing loads of people together to jam and to make music together, to teach them, but also to dance, because I myself love dancing. I've created a number of art projects which include bringing loads of people together and music and dance. The biggest one probably was the Romany Gypsy Orchestra, a group which started off with about 20 people and then grew very quickly to 40 to 50 people. I started it off in 2005 and was leading it for 10 years. I taught them by ear the music which I learned abroad in local Balkan villages, and then we performed and I created art projects. One was a collaboration with the Polish Romani family. They are based in London, and the father, Marek, is a dancer and violinist. And this one is a little taster of the Gypsy Extravaganza project. I'm also really into storytelling, and I love telling stories with music and dance and maybe a bit of pantomime. This is a little sample of the Wedding of the Sousaphone, and this was the last project I created with the Romany Gypsy Orchestra. As I mentioned before, I traveled through most countries in Eastern Europe and the Balkans with my music and to learn music. The last few years I mostly went to North Macedonia because I really love their music. And sometimes when you just go to local people and learn music, you experience really funny stories. One was the one with a borrowed brass band. I had arranged a jam session with Asan, a Romani trumpeter from Macedonia, from Skopje in Macedonia, and I went to his house. I took my friend along who was visiting Macedonia at this time. She is a dancer and also is very much into Romani music and dance. And so we went to his house, and at this stage only his brother was there. And then we were having some drinks and talking a bit and waiting. And I asked, where are your musicians? You know, we want to jam together. And he said, wait, they come. Anyway, much later, they still were not there. And then he admitted to me that actually they had another engagement and could not come. And I said, what's this? We came here to make music and dance and everything. So we're gonna go now. And so we stood up and he said, no, hold on, wait. I'm gonna get some musicians. He just went out, and within 10 minutes he came back with a whole brass band, you know, following him, which he somehow had found in the neighborhood. And so we had a jam session, a great jam session, with this borrowed brass band. At one point I felt I need more structure in my research. And so I started a master at City University and focused on Eastern European and Balkan Romani music, of course. I wrote a master thesis on Čoček, which is a Macedonian or Balkan Romani music genre with Ottoman roots. And I completed this huge fat master thesis which is probably the most intense bit of research on this specific music. I will include a link where you can download and read it if you're interested. And as many times before, I used all the stories and experiences I made on all those research trips through North Macedonia and put together a performance project, which I later performed with my group Tutor and dancer Linda, and it's called Macedonian Inspirations. Probably worst at is acquiring money for arts projects, and this includes both arts funding from foundations or arts sponsorship. So I've created most of my projects from next to nothing. So if there's one thing which I could need, it would be collaborative partners who live colorful art with music and dance and colorful costumes and everything, and who are good at the business side of it and who have experience with writing funding applications. On the other side, I'm quite proud that I did manage to create so many arts projects, and some of them were quite big with next to nothing. Making the costumes myself, because I also love sewing things and making props, and just finding all these innovative solutions how to get something happening with no money. So if you have a look at this next video, those skirts, which we all made ourselves, have a circumference of 25 meters on the bottom. Currently I'm working a lot with my string trio, which is basically the string players of my bigger band Tutor with violin vocals and guitar and cello. This lineup developed in COVID, when you only could meet limited people in lockdown times, and we really enjoyed playing in this light, intricate lineup. I would like to say thank you for your interest in my work, and if you would like to get in touch, I will add my contact details, and enjoy this last little clip.